Hello, everyone. Just got back about a week ago for our cruise on a Norwegian cruise line, the ship the Escape, that departs out of Miami. And the cruise that we took, itinerary was out of Miami to um, St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, Tortola, British Virgin Islands, and Nassau, Bahamas. Then return back to Miami. It was a week trip, Saturday to Saturday. It's the same ship that's in the news right now where a passenger lost her life, fell overboard. Um, it is a part of the breakaway class. The breakaway class Norwegian Cruise Line is a ship category. It's one of the larger ones. Um, it's my second cruise with Norwegian Cruise Line. The first one being last year out of New York. I took the breakaway, and that breakaway, their itinerary at that time was New York, Port Canaveral, Nassau, and back to New York. While the two ships are very similar, there's a little bit of upgrades that are on the Escape that I do like, such as the grotto in the HTO Spice area. They have the side where, if you've been on the breakaway, um, if you walk out to the doors out towards to where the screen is to your right on a breakaway, it's a water feature with a wall where you can put your feet in and get cool. Well, the Escape has an actual grotto, a rock formation with a waterfall that drips down. Very refreshing, very nice. I did like that aspect. The thing I didn't like was the location of the bathroom. The bathrooms on a breakaway are next to the bar to the left. Now they move them, they're all the way over on the other side of the grotto. So there is a little bit more of a walk you have to do, especially for the passengers that are drinking. The sun beats down on the deck and it gets really hot, so you want to be mindful. Definitely take a pair of flip-flops or shoes walking through there. It does get a little wet and from the grotto, so there's certain parts that cool you off, but that's one thing you remember. Restaurants are pretty much the same still. They do have some new added one. They have Food Republic, which I did not go to. Um, and they had a tapas bar that I did not go to, but the other specialty dinings, Tapanaki, La Bistro, and La Cucina, I believe it's called, um, and Cagney Steakhouse and Moderno, all still there. We ate. Well, I'll give you reviews for the ones that I ate. Me and my son. Our first, we had a three specialty dining cruise. Our first one was Cagney Steakhouse. Love Cagney Steakhouse. I got the tomahawk cut. It was a large ribeye with a large tomahawk bone sticking out of it. It was superb. My son got the New York strip, which he said was very good. I couldn't even eat all my steak, so we didn't have dessert. At Tapanaki, um, they stopped, which I found out last year when I was there, that you were able to get lobster with your teriyaki. They no longer do lobster. They do combinations. I got the shrimp and scallops. My son also got the shrimp and scallops. The lady across from me, she got chicken, which I got last year, and it still looks the same. It was delicious. One of my favorite restaurants, Tapanaki. You can't go wrong there. It's a hibachi style. So if you were a family with kids and stuff like that, that's very entertaining for them, and I think that would be a safe bet. Um, the third restaurant was Le Bistro. I got the petite medallion steak. It was superb, perfectly cooked. My son got the duck. I didn't read too much with the menu when he was ordering it, but the duck was like a meatloaf ground. It was very kind of gamey. Let's say that it was a little gamey. He didn't like it, but I ate about half of it. But I wasn't too impressed with that dish. I avoided Moderna this time because the last time when I was on the breakaway, um, the service didn't come around enough, and when it did come around, the food to me tasted a little dry. Even though their salad bar is phenomenal, I just wasn't me this time. What I did like about this ship now, the Escape, which is a little bit different now than in the Breakaways, they have a brew house there. It's called the District Brew House. It's towards the front of the ship, um, and I believe it's on the left side, so that would be the port side. And they have numerous craft beers. I would say 24 on tap, I believe it was, and 50 different types of bottled beer. My favorite beer that I had there was the Left Hand Milk Stout. It was great. Um, Lately, I've been very big on stout, so I was very enjoying that stout. There was also a caramel beer. I can't quite remember what it was, but you can't go wrong with either of those. I didn't try a lot of the other beers because, as me being a smoker, there's no smoking area around that area. You have to walk all the way. Um, well, it's located on the ninth deck. So, I'm sorry, the eighth deck. District Brewhouse. It is on the 8th deck, port side front. You have to walk back to Tobacco Road to the humidor to have a cigarette. They no longer allow you to smoke on Tobacco Road on the sides as they're doing a breakaway. The only other place you're allowed to smoke is a casino, and you're allowed to smoke H2O spice in the back of the bar. Not at the bar, but the tables behind it. They have ashtrays put out. But other than that, we had a great cruise. It rained a few days, so we had a couple days there that we couldn't do a lot of things with. Windy, so my son couldn't really enjoy the rope climbing. They have an obstacle course on top that is a lot bigger than the breakaways and when he escaped. So it's very nice. When it was open, kids were lined up for it. The other thing was the water slides. I did like the water slides that were on the breakaway. These are very nice. They have one that it's all inside, enclosed, lights where you can take a raft down. You can go with one or two people on the raft. That was a great slide, and they have two speed slides to them and some kids slides. The pool's a little bit smaller, I feel as though, than the breakaway. But other than that, the outside, it is what you get for a cruise line when there's so much activities other than just that. They had the miniature golf, basketball court, shuffleboard. So there's a lot of things there for the kids to do. Overall, I was very impressed with the ship. I was impressed with the majority of the crew. There was a gentleman, if you take the Escape, you'll see him. He's a waiter he's a waiter in H2O Spice. His name's Nathaniel. Phenomenal. Try to get him. Man bends over backwards. Shane, Marcos, and Sam at the bar H2O. Great. Guest services was a little dry. They weren't really out there to help you out and give you any information. They gave me wrong information. I waited in line for internet for probably an hour, then told I was in the wrong line. Then I got in that line for 20 minutes. Then they told me I was in that wrong line. Go back to the other line. So there's a lot of confusion. Make sure you explain to them what you really are trying to get, because if not, with the language barrier, sometimes they may interpret as something else. So just be wary of that. Other than that, it was a great cruise. So any questions, any comments, just feel to hit me up. All right. Thank you. Guys, have a great day.